Welcome, friends. This will be a short talk to explore the connections between mindfulness and where we find ourselves today in these extraordinary times, and to invite us to practice together on a foundational practice in daily mindfulness of discovering our innate goodness and our resilience that are natural to us. These presentations are mostly reminders of things that you already know, and I hope that you find something that resonates with you and benefits you in your daily life. And here we are now in the midst of a pandemic and seeing on a daily basis ongoing suffering of real racial inequalities in the country. Each of us personally face vulnerabilities, life-changing challenges, and at the same time, I think we all have a deep sense of worldwide fear and suffering. Though these are very deeply disturbing times, there are also great opportunities for us. Joan Halifax says, catastrophe is the essence of the spiritual path, a series of breakdowns allowing us to discover the threads that weave all of us together into a whole cloth. That these are opportunities for us to really wake up to each other. David Stendhal-Ross says, when you can't go far, you can go deep. And there are times, even in these very disturbing experiences that we have, of people opening their hearts, selfless bravery of people caring for the sick or speaking out against injustice, creative and generous projects to provide food, financial assistance, and care for each other, deliberative work in social justice. So the inquiry today then is, how can mindfulness practices help us now to respond in ways that promote health and resilience, that promote connections and don't divide us, that provide us with ways to act wisely in our personal lives and in our communities? Mindfulness practice is cultivating awareness, our ability to see and hold what we are experiencing moment by moment. We do this by paying attention without judgment and with loving care. I would just like to say a few ideas about fear, because oftentimes we don't know how it operates in our lives in unconscious ways. And so I think that we have to be attentive to be able to recognize fear when it shows up, to be able to feel it in our bodies, to understand how it may color our responding to each other, our responding to ourselves. So fear, first of all, is a very natural response to the enormous consequences that we are experiencing, to a pandemic, to worldwide racial inequalities. Fear is a natural protector. Our body automatically steps up and tries to keep us safe. The challenge is not to feel fear, but that if fear takes over, physically and mentally, this is where the challenge is, to get hijacked by fear. We lose connection with our executive abilities. We literally shut down our decision making. We can't discriminate really the nuances about what are healthful and helpful ways to respond and what are not. Being able to see clearly, to entertain many wide perspectives on it. We literally shut down and work from what is called the small mind. So fear is natural, it's intelligent, and it is our body acting to protect us. It can be a good teacher. Can we work with fear? Can we sit with fear? Can we recognize it? Can we hold it? Can we not push it away, but work with it skillfully? As Tara Brach and many other teachers say, can we attend and befriend fear? Attend and befriend. So I invite us to begin this with the heart practice of loving kindness. The heart practices are a natural antidote to fear and to some of the difficulties and challenges that we may experience, to help us to navigate, to help us to set up a place of calm in our bodies, so that we can pay attention without being diverted, so we can attend and befriend. We know that our automatic responses are fear-based responses. They shut down our minds and they often close our hearts. If we practice self-kindness, this practice can set up alternative neural pathways that we can turn to when we notice and see ourselves responding this way, when we feel in our body that we respond this way. So we talk about mindfulness as being a mind practice, but in reality, it's a body practice. And that's important to remember as we go forward here. So the three domains of cultivating our heart practice is first to come into full presence, and that is definitely being able to settle truly into our body, to sense our body, to feel where we are at the present moment, and to notice what is going on in our body. The second step is to absolutely be able to see goodness. Being able to see goodness in ourselves, be able to see goodness in others, to be able to see goodness in the world, is a basis for trust. If we cannot really hold and see our own goodness, it's difficult for us to trust ourselves and to feel that we can respond. If we don't have trust of other people, of course, our interpersonal mindfulness is really challenged if we can't trust. And if we can't trust the world, then we feel victimized and at a loss for what we can do. So these steps and being able to coming into full presence, being fully present within our body, seeing goodness in ourselves and others and in the world. And then lastly, the third step is being able to express love. So that is what we're going to practice. We're going to be using a practice called loving kindness. Some people find that off-putting because it seems too saccharine, and it's largely because of our own social conditioning that it's not what we should be doing, that we should try to improve ourselves and not offer ourselves kindness and compassion and support. But in reality, doing those things, offering ourselves kindness and compassion and support, helps us to see better where we are and what is happening around us, and to have the steadiness of mind to be able to do something and to respond, and to be able to respond both from our mind and from our heart. So please sit in a way that's comfortable and relaxed, and just take a moment maybe to stretch, raise your shoulders up to your ears and allow them to drop. And taking a breath, quickly sweeping through your body, maybe from the top of your head down to your feet and toes. And noticing any places of tension. See if you can bring some care and some health to that area and allow it to just relax. Just whatever you can. Just any small motion of relaxation around the eyes and your forehead and the shoulders. And I invite you just to take a moment to notice your breath wherever you feel it the most. Could be on your nostrils, on your upper lip. Could be in the throat. Could be the rise and fall of your chest. And we can use the breath to further relax our body by taking in a deep breath and then slowly exhaling. So we're going to breathe in to the count of 5 and then exhale slowly to the count of 7. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's do 2 more of those. Breathing in, and then letting go, exhaling slowly, letting go. Breathing in, and letting go all the way down to the tips of your toes. And just allowing your breath to resume its normal rhythm and to be a background of relaxation. I invite you to bring to mind someone who is dear to you, someone with whom you have a very uncomplicated relationship, a caring relationship. This could be someone in your family, it could be a teacher, religious figure, Could even be a pet. This could be someone who is here now, or maybe who has from your past, comes from your past. Remind yourself, what do you love about them? What are their qualities of heart? Their honesty, their humor, their openness, curiosity? Do they have a gentle presence? Is there something about the way that they show care and love of you, of other people? What brings up your love of them, your care for them? And as you reflect on what you appreciate, pause and again come back into your body fully. And just feeling the breath. Notice any feelings of warmth, perhaps feelings of gratitude, perhaps even just a simple sense of loving, just a tone. What does that feel like? Does it appear someplace special in your body? What's that tone of feeling love for someone? That body tone. And just rest in that body sense of warmth, of gratitude, of simple goodness in loving someone. And now I invite you to go just a little bit deeper and attend more fully to this basic sense of goodness. How is your body feeling when your heart is opening? Perhaps you have a sense of touching your love, of loving, of caring. Maybe you sense a longing and an intent to love, to wake up, to be more loving, to wake up your own wisdom and health and resilience. May you sense your own qualities of basic goodness, honesty, curiosity about the nature of reality and what is true for you, a sense of connectedness to others, maybe an intent to be of service or to make others happy, safe, and healthy. You may sense in this goodness a dedication to be a part of the healing of our whole world, not only building resilience in your own personal life, but perhaps finding ways to build resilience, honesty, and truth, and commitment and connectedness in our communities. As you explore this goodness in yourself, you may perhaps look through the eyes of someone who loves you. Maybe a teacher again, a pet, a friend, a spouse, a brother, a sister, maybe a nephew, a niece, or a grandchild. What do they see and love about you? As you sense this basic goodness, rest a moment in this body sense, this felt sense of appreciation for your own basic goodness. So coming into full presence, being fully in our body here, sensing any warmth, any sense of loving and care, seeing the goodness that we have, and lastly, expressing this. And in this case, we will practice expressing this to ourselves. I'll offer you some phrases, but I really encourage you to, after we end this session, to think about what would you say to yourself, or what would you say to a good friend if you wanted to offer this care, this goodwill toward that person. Could be, may I be held in care and kindness. May I accept myself. May I feel safe and at ease. May I recognize and see my own goodness and how this is a source of strength for me. May those I love and care for be safe and healthy at ease. May I touch natural peace. May I be a part of offering kindness and care to others and in my community. I invite you just to come back, maybe open your eyes if you had your eyes closed, or feel your hands and your fingers, maybe do another stretch. And I'd like to end with a poem by Martha Postlethwaite called The Clearing. Do not try to save the whole world. Or do anything grandiose. Instead, create a clearing in the dense forest of your life and wait there patiently until the song that is your life falls into your own cupped hands and you recognize and you greet it. Only then will you know how to give yourself to this world so worthy of rescue. And so I end by inviting you to find times in which you can practice in such ways like this, heart practices, to open ourselves, open our minds and hearts, enlarge our perspectives, really be fully present for what is happening around us with loving and caring awareness. May suffering wake up our hearts, and may attention and awareness, compassion and care go viral. Thank you.